You are 31 years old. You have a list. You've had this list for 3 years. Same goals, same handwriting, same ink, nothing crossed off. You are not lazy. You are not stupid. You have tried, harder than most people around you will ever know. But something keeps breaking, and you don't know what it is. This is not a video about motivation. Motivation is a feeling. Feelings expire. This is about architecture, the kind you build once, the kind that runs without you. Level 1, the illusion of willpower. You wake up Monday with a plan, full commitment. You feel it in your chest. By Thursday, it's gone. That feeling has a name. Researchers at Stanford call it false hope syndrome. You've experienced it 17 times this year alone. Here's the classified truth about willpower. It is a finite resource. Roy Baumeister proved it in 1998. Decision fatigue is real. Every choice you make depletes the same mental fuel. By 8 p.m., your brain is running on fumes, and high performers don't rely on willpower. They eliminate the need for it entirely. This is the first principle. Don't try harder, build smarter. The human brain makes approximately 35,000 decisions per day. Every one of those costs something. The people who win consistently, they've already made most of those decisions in advance. You don't decide to go to the gym, you already decided last Sunday, for the whole month. The decision is already made. Execution is automatic. Level 2, the architecture of a real system. A goal is a destination. A system is the road. Most people build goals. Almost nobody builds roads. James Clear documented this in 2018. He studied high-output individuals across 12 industries. Athletes, CEOs, special operations soldiers.
Strong.
The pattern was identical. None of them focused on the goal. All of them focused on the process. Here's what a real system looks like. It has 4 components. First, a trigger. Something in your environment that starts the behavior automatically. Not your alarm clock. Your alarm clock is a sound. Your shoes next to the bed, that's a trigger. You see them. You put them on. You're already 60% there. Second, a minimum viable action. Not work out for an hour, work out for 10 minutes, that's it. 10 minutes is the commitment. What happens after is bonus. The science here is simple. Starting is the hardest part. Once in motion, humans stay in motion. Newton's first law applies to behavior. Third, a scoreboard. Not a journal, not a mood tracker, a scoreboard. Red X on a calendar for every day you execute. Jerry Seinfeld built his entire work ethic on this method. He called it "Don't break the chain." 40 years of output, same system. Fourth, a consequence layer. Skin in the game. Derek Sivers gave $5,000 to an anti-charity, an organization he despised, with instructions to send it if he missed his targets. He missed 0 targets that year. Trigger, minimum action, scoreboard, consequence. Build that. Not a vision board. Not a motivational playlist. Level 3 in the environment is the system. Here is the reversal nobody tells you. You don't need more discipline. You need a different room. B.J. Fogg at Stanford spent 20 years studying behavior change. His conclusion was uncomfortable for the self-help industry. Environment shapes behavior more than character does. Read that again. A person placed in the right environment will outperform a disciplined person in the wrong one, every time, statistically. The highest performing writers in a 2019 University of Chicago study shared one variable, not IQ, not education, not even hours worked. They all had a dedicated physical space for writing, same chair, same desk, same time of day. The brain began associating that location with output. The environment became the trigger. Here's what this means practically. If your phone is on your desk, you will check it. Not because you're weak, because proximity is a cue. The brain is always scanning for stimulation. Remove the phone from the desk. You're not fighting temptation anymore. You've removed the battlefield. Stanford researcher Wendy Wood found that 43% of daily behaviors are habitual, not chosen, habitual. Running on environmental cues like a background program. You are already running on autopilot. The question is, did you program it? Level 4, the identity rewrite. This is where most people stop. This is also where the real architecture begins. Systems built on goals eventually collapse because goals are external. Lose 20 pounds? Write a book. Save $10,000. These are outcomes. Outcomes depend on conditions you don't fully control. Identity is internal. Identity is unconditional. James Clear made this distinction sharp. There are two types of people trying to quit smoking. The first says, "I'm trying to quit." The second says, "I don't smoke." Same action, completely different architecture. The first is fighting a craving. The second has no craving to fight. The behavior is already settled at the identity level. This is the deepest layer of system design. Who are you deciding to be? Not who you want to be. Who you are deciding to be. Present tense. Active voice. I am someone who trains every day. I am someone who ships work, not excuses. I am someone who protects their mornings. Every action you take after that is a vote for that identity. Miss a day, it's one vote against. That's acceptable. The goal is majority, not perfection. Navy SEALs use a version of this in training. Instructors don't ask trainees what they want to achieve. They ask them who they're choosing to become. The answer shapes every subsequent decision under pressure. Under pressure is the only moment that counts. Level 5, the weekly debrief. Your system's immune system, even the best-built systems, break. Not because of failure, because of drift. Small deviations compound. One skipped day becomes 3. 3 becomes a week. The week becomes a story. I lost my momentum. Things got busy. I'll restart Monday. Monday never comes. High performers don't prevent drift. They catch it early. The tool is a weekly debrief. 15 minutes, every Sunday, 4 questions only. 1. What did I execute this week? Not what I planned, what I actually did. 2. Where did I drift and why? No judgment, just data. 3. What is the single constraint blocking my system right now? One thing, the bottleneck. 4. What is the one adjustment I'm making this week? Not 5 adjustments. 1. Ray Dalio built Bridgewater, the world's largest hedge fund, on this exact feedback loop. He called it a machine. You are the designer, you are also the operator. Every week you look at the machine and ask, what needs to be improved? The machine is never finished. It is always being refined. This is the difference between people who drift and people who compound, not talent, not privilege. A 15-minute debrief every Sunday. Level 6, the long game. Here's the final classified truth. In year 1, your system produces almost nothing visible. 30 minutes of focused work daily feels invisible against a year-long goal. The scoreboard has X's, but the outcome hasn't moved. This is where 94% of people quit. Not at the start, not at the hardest moment. At the moment right before the compound curve bends upward. Jeff Bezos described it this way. Amazon lost money for 7 consecutive years. The system was working. The output wasn't visible yet. He didn't change the system. He trusted the architecture. Darren Hardy spent 15 years documenting what he called the compound effect. Small, consistent inputs produce disproportionate outputs, but only after a lag period. The lag is not failure, the lag is loading. Your system right now is loading. 1% better each day. In 1 year, mathematically, you are 37 times better than when you started. This is not motivational math. This is actual arithmetic. The people who seem to explode overnight, the athlete who suddenly dominates, the writer who sells 1 million copies, they did not explode. They loaded. For years. Out of sight. You are watching the surface. The real work is underground. There is a version of you 3 years from now. Same face, same city, different life. That version didn't get lucky, didn't find a secret, didn't wait for the right moment. That version built the machine, then let it run. Somewhere right now, someone is sitting down, opening their notebook, writing the trigger, setting the minimum, drawing the first X on the calendar. The machine is starting. The question is whether it's yours. If you like the video, share and subscribe Wealth Sigma, and don't forget to like the video.